Nintendo's fucking nuts, people. Holy shit. They have gone way off their rocker. Sorry, I may be a little late to this news, but I just wanted to address it because I find it fucking ridiculous. So, Nintendo, in their infinite wisdom, has decided to release games for a much more expensive price, right? They're releasing games for $80 USD now, as confirmed by their Mario Kart World trailer. Now, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like Mario Kart World doesn't seem like a really good game from what we've seen, but $80 USD is a fucking lot of money. In my currency, that's $100. I mean, just look at this shit, guys. During a sit-down with IGN, Nintendo of America's Vice President of Product and Player Experience, Bill 𝓲𝓮, was asked about the pricing decisions by the company right off the bat. 𝓲𝓮 justified the decision to charge $80 for Mario Kart World due to the game's value to players. Wow. Fucking wow. I'm sorry. I just wanted to laugh at that because it's fucking ridiculous. So, Nintendo's whole justification for this is, just trust us, bro. It's worth the money. Let's look at some old Switch games that definitely aren't worth their current price tags. Alright, I just put a 40-plus price tag thing, so the games have to be over $40, just to point out all the ones that don't warrant the amount of money they're being spent on. Look, I'm listing a few already. Look, I'm seeing a few already. Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. That's a port from a previous console, and it's been ported twice now. I don't think it's worth a full $80 damn to play. Luigi's Mansion 2, another port. I don't think it's worth a full $80 to play. Not to mention the Luigi's Mansion 3 is the newer one, and in my opinion, the better one. Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is $90 to play, and that one's pretty much obsolete with Breath of the Wild. I don't know anything really fun to do in the post-game for Tears of the Kingdom, and I think it's more annoying than Breath of the Wild in my opinion. Pokemon Violet and Scarlet individually are $80, just like pretty much any other game from Nintendo's main franchises. Do I need to explain the problem with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet being at their pricing? I don't think so. Those games released as a disaster, they're still a disaster, and that's not even including the DLCs for them. I'm pretty sure those are paid for DLC. Splatoon 3, it's pretty much a port of Splatoon 2 with a slightly different story that's a little better. Shining Pearl and Brilliant Diamond, you'd think they'd drop the price of those shitty remakes because no one really likes them, they look horrible, and they add nothing new to the remakes except maybe getting a Jirachi early in the game if you're looking forward to being overpowered. I don't think they're worth $80 fucking dollars. Let's load more results. Mario Party Superstars. I feel like with Mario Party Jamboree, you'd want the price to lower on this, at least by $10, right? It's not exactly worth it to get Mario Party Superstars when Jamboree is out. Oh look, another port, and it's for a full $80. Oh look, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. It's been out for quite a while, and it's for another $80. That one's more personal opinion, but still. Oh look, Pokemon Sword and Shield, also $80 despite having existed for quite a while. Mario Maker 2, also $80. Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, also $80 despite being a port existing for quite a while, being obsolete from the new Mario Wonder, and adding nothing new except for different characters which don't change the experience of the game all that much. Oh! Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu! Still $80! Super Mario Party, also still worth $80. Why? Why? That one's the least fun of the Switch ones, and I think it's pretty awful. Tropical Freeze, same deal. It's a port, and it's not all that fun. I mean, look at Captain Toad. It's only $50. Splatoon 2, completely obsolete with Splatoon 3, even though they're pretty much the same thing, and it's another $80 game. Good job, Nintendo. You'd think they'd drop the price of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, considering how that game sold very, very well, but even so, they made it obsolete with the new one. Or at least that's what they were going for. But no, still $80. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, $80. Without the DLC. Without the DLC. That's fucking ridiculous. I'm putting my foot down, Nintendo. That is insane. If your justification is, with the DLC for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, it costs the same as the new one, then I'm calling your shit right now. You better not add a DLC to the new one at all, because I'm not paying for that shit again. Your DLC was shit anyways. It should have been free. So yeah, I think that covers pretty much all the game examples as to why Nintendo definitely is off their rocker of this one, saying that it's worth it and just trust me, bro, because a lot of their games are not worth the $80 price tag. And they don't drop the prices after release. Like, it's not like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre where it was massively popular when it started, and when it started to die down, they're like, okay, we'll cut the price in half so that more people will get it. No, it's not like that at all. Once they put a price tag on a game, that's it. That's the price tag. Wait for a deal or you're not getting this any cheaper for it. They're insane. And there's this article too I pulled up. Nintendo president channels Xbox One's disastrous launch messaging when defending Switch 2 pricing. I'm not against the price of the actual Switch 2 itself as a console. I mean, I have mixed feelings on it, but we'll get to that. So yeah, if anyone remembers, pretty much Xbox One, when it released, I believe there was someone who was working for Xbox at the time, and they let him go very shortly when they asked, okay, so you need internet in order to use the Xbox One or whatever, so what about people who don't have access to that? And they're like, we are aware of the possibility of people who do not have internet, so we have a product for that. It's called Xbox 360. And they let him go the next day. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that's what they did. Anyways, so Nintendo of America's president Doug Bowser has been trying to help everyone understand why the Switch 2 was priced at $450 in the US. Bowser previously explained the tariffs had nothing to do with that lofty price. Oh, that's fucking bad. That's bad if they're ignoring the tariffs to increase the price like that. Because that does not mean good for other countries. And while speaking with CBC, the Nintendo boss told those who won't be able to afford the Switch 2 they can keep playing the original Switch. Yep, just like Xbox. Wow. We recognize there are some people that may not be able to afford the Switch 2's price point. That's why we wanted to make sure the other Switch platforms available, Bowser explained. Bowser is presumably trying to highlight that the original Switch will continue to receive support long after the Switch 2 is released. However, that's not how some have taken the comments. Well, of course it's not how they've taken the comments. They want the new one. They have the old one. They want to keep the old one. Most of them want to keep the old one. But they still want the new one. So like the whole thing, what I'm doing, hold on, let me full screen myself real quick. What I'm doing when I am going to get my Switch 2, because I very badly want to get the Switch 2, is I'm not going to pay like full price and then walk away. No. I'm returning a bunch of shit I don't need because that's very beneficial for helping with the pricing. And I kind of need to. But if we could just take a moment to address the whole okay with the price thing. This isn't like the Steam Deck, which is similarly priced if you get the model and like storage space amount you want and whatever, where like, because when you get a Steam Deck, you've got your whole Steam library, right? You got the entire Steam library of games that you had previously, and then you get portable access for it. You don't need any extra Joy-Cons. You don't need any extra controllers. You can choose to get a dock if you want, but that's not really how it's meant to be used. So like, you got everything you need just by the one purchase of it. I got a dock with mine, but I don't really use it too often. That's not what I use my Steam Deck for. I got my computer here. I don't need it. But the Switch 2, the whole thing with the Switch 2 is like accessories galore. It's not like you get everything you need with the Switch 2 and you won't be making any purchases other than like the games going forward. And like, or that you'll have the games already. You're going to be buying the new games because that's where the new games are. You're going to be buying the Pro Controller because you're going to need a new one if they aren't backwards compatible with the previous Pro Controller. And if they are backwards compatible with the previous Pro Controller, you're probably going to stop making them soon for favor of the Switch 2 ones. And I'm going to guess the Switch 2 ones are going to work with the Switch 1 as well so that they can justify no longer making the first Switch Pro Controllers. That's just going to suck when they do that. I'm calling it. They're going to do that eventually. How soon they do it will determine how scummy it is, but yeah. You're going to need those. You're going to need new Joy-Cons if your old ones break, because I'm honestly not entirely convinced that the whole Joy-Con drift problem is going to be solved. Oh, it's so bad. What else are you going to need when you're buying your Switch? A case, perhaps, to carry it from place to place? Maybe a Switch 2 Satisfy grip, because it's not going to be comfortable holding that flat thing in front of you. I don't think you guys understand just how lucky I am in this case. I have 2 Switch OLEDs. I want to keep one of them, so I'm going to return the other one. I'm going to keep the Mario Red one. So I have an entire Switch OLED model to return with everything still with it, its working parts, whatever. I have an Xbox controller I'm done with because for some reason it doesn't connect to my computer. It seems to connect to everything else just fine, but my desktop, no. And then a PlayStation controller I just haven't been using because I thought I'd get one of those since I have an Xbox controller. That was a big mistake. I should have just stuck with the Xbox one. I also have a bunch of games I want to return. I don't want Tears of the Kingdom anymore. I don't want Mario Kart 8 Deluxe once I can return it to get the new Switch. There's other games I'm going to want to return too. I don't need Splatoon 3, and you can't convince me I do. I don't fucking need it. Not to mention, a friend of mine has recently directed me towards a store that will take more antique-ish games and buy them off of me if I were to return them with their cases and everything. So I'm definitely going to be doing that for my 3DS games and my DS games because I just don't play them anymore. And I'll return the DS that I have with them. But, like, this is ridiculous. Of all the things you could have done, not only did you pull the fucking Xbox thing, we're like, oh, we have a product for you if you can't afford the Switch 2. It's called the Switch 1. Or the stupid defending the prices by saying, the game's that valuable, guys, just trust us, when we clearly can't based off of other games like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, I think is the strongest example of this. $80, you never dropped it when people complained the shit about those games just because they were successful to a certain degree. God, Pokemon fell off so hard. Anyways, yeah, that's just me wanting to bitch about the whole thing. It's not looking good. Nintendo, you don't deserve success with this one. I'm gonna be completely honest. This is not good. As excited as I am for your games, and yes, I am going to be purchasing your Switch 2 and some of your games. I'm really looking forward to Donkey Kong Bonanza, because you're pretty much just a giant... You're a big rage monster that can destroy everything around you. I've missed open worlds where you can just destroy the shit out of everything. I am excited for that. And I'm going to get the new Mario Kart so I never have to play the old one again. Ever. Ever. But I'm not looking forward to this. The mask is slipping more and more as the success increases higher and higher. And all of the excitement for the Switch 2 has really died down with the whole pricing thing. It was scummy of them to hide that. They should have been upfront with the reasoning why and everything. But Jesus Christ, that is sickening. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Have a good day. I know I won't.